New Hampshire, the state that literally put "live free or die" on its license plates, might be about to get a brand new income tax, and someone is trying to convince you it's actually a tax cut. Andru Volinsky's 3-to-3 tax savings plan sounds like a deal you'd find in a late-night infomercial. Pay more in one pocket, get a little back in the other, and somehow call it savings. Here's the part that should make you stop scrolling. If you earn as little as $17 an hour, this plan could pull you into a brand new state income tax bracket. We're talking about recent college graduates, entry-level workers, people just trying to get their footing suddenly introduced to a tax system New Hampshire has never had. Now, who actually benefits from cutting property taxes? Think about it for a second. The people with the most property are the ones who win the most. And a huge chunk of New Hampshire's high-value real estate is owned by out-of-state vacation home buyers from Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. So we'd be creating a new tax on Granite State workers to subsidize the lake house of someone who doesn't even live here. Let that irony marinate. And here's where the reciprocity twist gets almost comedically cruel. Residents who commute to Massachusetts, Maine, or Vermont already pay income taxes in those states. And under existing reciprocity agreements, they'd simply receive full credits, meaning zero new revenue flows back to New Hampshire. The high earners the plan is supposedly targeting would essentially walk right through the door untouched. The whole pitch rests on a kind of fiscal magic trick. Shift the burden, don't reduce it. It's like rearranging deck chairs and calling it a renovation. The ship's weight hasn't changed, only where you're standing when it goes down. Real tax relief means reducing what government spends, not finding a new pocket to reach into. History is not on this plan's side, and history is not subtle about it. Look at New Jersey in the 1970s and Connecticut in 1991. Both states introduced income taxes with the explicit promise of reducing property taxes. Spoiler, property taxes went up anyway, income taxes stayed, and residents ended up carrying both. The reason this pattern repeats isn't a mystery, it's almost a law of political physics. New revenue doesn't replace old spending. It funds new spending, and then the baseline resets and both sides of the equation grow. Legislators don't say, "Great, now let's cut." They say, "Great, now we can do more." And the cycle continues. Nobody's talking about the back office this plan quietly requires, and that silence should bother you. Building a system to implement, collect, enforce, and audit a brand new statewide income tax means hiring auditors, building infrastructure, creating an agency, and feeding a bureaucracy that will outlive any politician who voted for it. The administrative costs alone could eat a significant share of whatever revenue the plan projects. Let's also address the school funding angle directly, because it's the emotional centerpiece of this proposal. More money to school districts sounds compassionate and responsible, but the plan includes no performance benchmarks, no accountability mechanisms, and no framework for addressing the very real problem of declining enrollment in many districts. Funding without accountability is not reform. It's just more funding. Here's the broader pattern worth recognizing. Anytime a new tax is framed as a replacement tax, watch carefully to see if the old tax actually disappears. In most documented cases across American state history, it doesn't. It lingers. It adjusts. It finds new justifications. And a decade later, both taxes are permanent fixtures. The replacement rarely replaces. It just adds. The practical lesson from every one of these historical case studies is almost embarrassingly simple. Don't let the branding of a policy substitute for reading the mechanism of the policy, because a plan that shifts burden while calling it relief is not a tax cut, it's a tax repackage with better marketing. Discipline in evaluating policy means asking not what it promises, but what incentives it actually creates once it's law. If you're a New Hampshire resident, the rational move right now is not panic, it's preparation and participation. Understand what you'd actually owe under this plan, look at who benefits in your specific situation, and engage the legislative process while it's still in discussion. Position and process matter more than emotional reaction in investing and in policy. Philosophically, the most dangerous tax is the one that arrives with a smile and a rebate check in hand. Discipline means seeing through the optics to the underlying math. And the math here: burden shift, historical recidivism, administrative bloat, unaccountable school funding, does not close cleanly. Consistency in holding government accountable to actual spending reductions is the only long-term path to genuine relief. New Hampshire's identity has always been built on the idea that freedom from excessive government reach is worth protecting. Whether this plan passes or not, the lesson is to hold that standard firmly, because once a tax infrastructure exists, it almost never disappears. It only evolves. And if you want help navigating the financial side of all this, whether that's real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lenders, check out our links in the description below.